Here's to the breezes that blow through the trees, that lift the skirts above the knees, that reveals the spots, that spread diseases. Oh, what a snatch down the hatch.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, in that technicolor rainbow in between, it's your boy Trey Proper.
It's your boy Big Herb.
We're here at Proper Landing in spirit of the Game of Thrones event that's about to go down. Yes. How y'all feeling? Y'all excited?
Doing really
y'all
good.
Excited? I'm excited.
We have a special guest in for us today. You want to introduce yourself, my lady?
I'm more. What's up, y'all?
Yeah, a little bit more enthusiasm.
Nah, I did that on purpose.
Enthusiasm.
I'm channeling my inner Arya.
Yo, wait, what? Did you see that? Yo, that was cool. All right, I'm gonna pretend like I didn't see it. But yeah, so we've got a lot to talk about. We're definitely excited for the upcoming reopening of the season 8 of Game of Thrones.
Yes.
I've been talking trash about it all since season 7. I've been talking shit. So I'm just excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. Wow.
But we of course gonna let you get into the church announcements.
Yes, the church announcement for this week. For starters, today is, like Michael said, Game of Thrones. The most anticipated and the final season has come upon us here on April 14th. It will be coming on at HBO at 8 o'clock today. Also, we have Beer, Bourbon, and Barbecue being held at the National Harbor Saturday, June 15th from noon to 2 p.m. That will be the VIP Beast Mode session, which is $75. And from 2 to 6 is general admission, which is $40. Also, if you haven't gotten your tickets already, where the hell have you been? Avengers Endgame tickets go
on all Fandango by now.
Yeah,
just get on and get the damn. Actually, you know what? No, because I want to make sure I can see it multiple times. So don't get the tickets. I don't care.
Yeah. So yeah, tickets are on sale, and it comes out on the 26th. I don't know where you will be, but I definitely will be in that motherfucker that day. Also, July 12th through the 14th is BlerdCon. It will be taking place at the Hyatt Regency Crystal City in VA. Full weekend passes are $55. There should be no excuse why you ain't bringing your ass there.
Some people got some excuse.
Real reason.
Just saying.
Yeah,
but
anyway. And if you ain't got to work, then yeah, obviously. You can go, if you want more information, go on blerd.com. I'm sorry, blerdcon.com. Also, I've said this numerous times. I don't know why they're doing it the same weekend as Endgame, but I understand. It's Awesome Con 2019 being held from April 26th through the 28th. It will be held at Walter E. Washington Convention Center, 801 Mount Vernon Place, Northwest DC, 20001. Tickets are on sale at www.awesome/con.com. Or you can buy your tickets at the door. Already, who they have a place to go in there too. Amy Jo Johnson, the Pink Ranger from Power Rangers. You have Anthony Michael Hall. Yeah, she does.
She was a Mighty Morphin.
The Mighty Morphin, yes. The original. She's the original.
She was a pterodactyl.
Yeah.
She was the worst Power Ranger.
She was when the Tommy was banging out.
Yeah. Also, they have Anthony Michael Hall from what's the name of the show called Weird Science and A Dead Zone.
Oh, yeah.
And Badass Billy Gunn. Vince, you can't fire him. And that
I'm
is
an ass man.
By the way, we also on the weekend of the 28th, we will be playing Mortal Kombat 11. We will be streaming that on OCG. Which streaming platform will be?
Facebook for now.
Facebook Live for now.
So Herb can catch this. He can catch these hands digitally.
That's
what's going to happen.
Not happening.
Yeah, it's going down. Y'all can see him catch these hands digitally live on Facebook Live.
Also, I'm going to try to see if both my brother and my brother-in-law could make it because they're highly competitive, and my brother has his own YouTube channel for playing games, and he's privy just giving out ass kickings.
And you need somebody to give you a hug after you get
fuck that.
Exactly. So you see,
I put a bear hug
ringer.
on.
He's bringing in a ringer to make sure he has a way of beating.
Anywho's not going to have
himself.
Yeah,
it's going to catch these hands.
Yeah, whatever.
Digital.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the church announcements for today.
Hey, let's go ahead and get into it. So what we got? What we drinking today?
Oh, okay. So we're going to be drinking.
Do you want drum roll?
Yeah. Drum roll.
Yes.
Drum roll. Yes.
Yes. Shut up. I'm not doing
We are drinking a red blend wine from Game of Thrones. It's from Dorne, actually. It says it on the back of the bottle. So it's literally from Dorne, and we're about to eat it. Not eat it, drink it. So, because
You pour
they don't
anything
know
but liquid out of that box.
See,
Yeah, I mean, you can
going,
keep it.
though.
Yeah.
We're just going to keep going. You're doing too much. Anyway, so they don't know anything about wine. So, with red wine, you need to aerate it. So, I'm going to give it to you guys, not aerate it first so you can taste it and see what it tastes like. And then I'm going to aerate it and so you guys can drink it again.
Oh, by the way, before we get into it, let's show off our wine cups. I will rule wine.
All courtesy of Miss Amore. Wine. Mine says wine is coming. I don't know if you guys can see it or not.
Off-camera guy has everything but wine in his glass.
You can't see.
And he says Bentley wine. And mine is mother wine, which I kind of got stuck with because I'm the only female. But whatever. So
We
here
wouldn't
you
drink out
go.
of that.
See, you're aerating it right now when you're swirling it around.
So I know a little something about wine? Is that what you're trying to
I think
say?
you just saw it. Somebody
I
did.
saw it, or I've been to a wine tasting festival and I learned this when I...
Courtesy of me.
Yes.
So
I don't know nothing about
you can
wine.
taste it now and
Oh,
you see. So
Okay.
it's okay, but once I aerate it, you'll be able to taste
She
it.
got
different.
fancy devices with wine and whatnot.
You'll be alright.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're actually drinking some good stuff this time. But yeah, the red wine, of course, won out on the poll this week. What nobody drink?
But you gotta drink red wine anyway, because it's Game of
Exactly.
Thrones.
It was. I
Game
I
of
hope
Thrones.
that people who watch
Yeah.
the show actually pick up on that.
Yes.
I really was not going to choose.
We
a
drink and
white
we
wine.
know things.
And so, yeah. So try it out. And you see how I kind of like opened it up a little bit, where you can taste it a little bit more.
No.
Really can't tell the difference. Sorry. By the way, let's go into the comments.
Lila said, "Shout out to my nigga
Yeah.
off camera."
What's up, Lulu?
What else we got up here?
Get on this mouse real quick to check out these comments with y'all. See what y'all talking about. Okay, you got some fans. Oh, that's all
Yeah.
Lila. Okay. What's up, Road De Silva? What's going on?
What's going on?
Shout out to Road.
Yeah, same weekend as game.
Yeah, it's on the
Endgame.
same weekend as Endgame, so
Yeah.
it's gonna be fun.
By the way, can I just say before we get into the next thing,
Okay.
it's gonna be an interesting ass weekend between Game of Thrones and Endgame, the very same weekend. I mean, it's gonna be kind of interesting.
You said between
Somebody's
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones because the show comes on Saturdays. I'm sorry, Sundays, and it's the same weekend. So there's gonna be a lot of death. I predict there's gonna be a lot of death.
Oh
that
yeah,
same
yeah.
weekend.
Well, you know it's a well. I'm not gonna get into the rumors about Endgame because I don't want to ruin it for anybody and people be pissed off of it. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know anything. I'm just speculating, but it's gonna be bad. That first that little trailer we saw is only giving us the first 15 minutes of the movie broken down in that trailer.
Yeah.
And that whatever battles got Cap gritting his teeth like that. Oh, shit's about to get real. It's about to go down. But let's get into it. So, speaking of conventions, besides BlerdCon, we also have AwesomeCon coming up. That's coming up the same weekend. Thanks, Leela. She shouted that out. But AwesomeCon is coming up. I'm planning on being at that one. I'm actually off, as you guys saw, I'm off for that entire weekend because I plan on seeing Endgame multiple times. But I also want to make a stop by AwesomeCon. And that's going to be an epic part. But have you guys ever been to any conventions?
Unfortunately, I haven't due to my work schedule, but that's not stopping me from wanting to go.
Okay.
I do want to. I'm definitely going to BlerdCon.
Oh, okay.
But yes, I do want to go to some. It's just that my weekends off is not working out for me. So.
Hey, I understand. I understand
I've
totally.
been to Black Hogwarts.
Okay. What was your experience
So,
there?
just being black and
Just being black and Expelliarmus, motherfucker. That's pretty much what it was. Okay. I mean, so, but there are multiple. For people who are not familiar with what we mean when we say cons, they are conventions. So you have multiple forms of conventions out there: anime conventions, comic book conventions, Harry Potter conventions, Game of Thrones conventions. There are multiples out there. Me personally, I used to go heavily when I was a lot younger, before I became a father. But that changed as far as responsibilities. So now, but I'm going to be going back for the first time. But my experience has always been a fun one, especially when you get the full experience where you stay overnight inside of a hotel and go to the raves. Oh my God, the raves were amazing. No, I didn't do drugs. So yeah. It was all fun. So, but definitely, if you guys get a chance, make sure you get out there to go to AwesomeCon or BlerdCon coming up this next few months. The next thing in our quick news, WrestleMania reactions. So we have a new World Heavyweight We lost our voices.
Yes.
We lost our voices.
If you saw the video clip that we posted on YouTube, you'll understand how. I mean, seriously, my ass was crying, like legit tears. It wasn't fake. It wasn't. It literally.
I cried a lot.
I cried.
He cried a lot.
I said no, seriously, because it was an emotional time for me. I mean, I know everybody knows that it's staged, but for the black culture, it meant a lot because we finally got to see.
What they say on the screen.
Kofi
Kingston, the guy that you see displayed there, is the new World Wrestling.
Hold on, no, you gotta do it like this. The new.
No, we're not.
W.
No.
W. I don't care. I'm doing it. E. World Heavyweight Champion. Yes, I did it. I don't care. Judge me.
As long as you don't hit the split like Big E.
No, that I'm not doing.
Yeah, don't do that. That was too big.
No. That's.
But it was a very emotional night.
Yes,
we actually are in full asshole mode at that point. And when he won, we started singing "Lift Every Voice and Sing."
Yes, we did.
And a bar full of white people.
Yes, and
it
you want to talk about uncomfortable white people?
They're like, "What song is that? I've never heard that song before. What is that?"
Gosh. They're unifying.
You guys have a song? Yeah, it was hilarious.
So,
tell them to just go to any black church in America, and at some point it'll get something.
Sure, yeah. I mean, but if you don't know it, I don't know what to tell you. If you're black and you don't know it, I don't know what to tell you.
By the way, can we read the comments real quick? Because I see some interesting comments coming up. So.
Yeah, Sam
yes,
said
that
Thanks, Sam.
exceptionally uncomfortable thing you just.
I didn't even care. Make eye contact.
I don't care. Okay,
like, it's so bad.
I don't care.
The other notable mention of WrestleMania night was that Becky Lynch was featured in the match where women actually main evented WrestleMania for the first time in WWE's 35-year history, and it was a very good match.
Very good.
You know, they put it all in it. And she came away the double champion of WWE's, of women's wrestling of WWE. So she got both the SmackDown belt and the Monday Night Raw belt. And it was a pretty solid match.
That match was a little weird, though. Didn't Ronda break her hand or something?
She broke her hand, allegedly. As far as we know, we haven't done research on that. But what's up, Sheree? What's going on?
Oh, somebody say high trash.
That's not. That's just exclamation points. Stop it. It's a married woman right there. Stop it. But no, it was the highlight of the night. I didn't like the ending of the match.
Yeah.
But that's me getting into my wrestling nerd portions. But one thing that did come up was an argument between Conor McGregor and Chris Jericho. For those who are not familiar, Chris Jericho is a blue chip Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer of the WWE, held every title, and Conor McGregor is a douchebag from UFC. Don't care, don't like him. But he gets on Twitter and starts saying Becky Lynch, because she's also Irish, she's the first double champion in the world. Chris Jericho, of course, is like,
fact check.
You're wrong. First double champion. Shut the fuck up.
You're wrong.
Fact check. Just a little honorable mention, but you guys really people think Twitter is dead, but Twitter is where you see everything first.
Everything
you see on Facebook.
Where you see everything first. I am a secret Twitter.
You're a lurker.
Yeah, I have a Twitter account, but
I know.
I don't.
You
really
don't
do
reveal
anything.
it.
Occasionally you'll see one little heart pop up, like that was funny. Like, oh, you lurking right now? Okay.
Scheming.
Dudes do it all the time. I should be able to do it too. So.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, whatever you feel the need to. So I mean,
shut up, Trey.
I'm
Shut
just
up, Trey.
gonna.
We're not gonna do that. We're just gonna be quiet.
Moving.
But the other major controversy this week was, of course, Metro PCS in downtown DC. So, what were you guys' reactions to hearing about them and the gentrification of our beautiful formal chocolate city? It's more of a chocolate swirl. It's more of a cinnamon swirl.
It's more Cinnabon at this point. All right. White people, and by I mean the white people that are not cool with us.
Here we go.
I'm gonna need y'all to chill the fuck out for a second, okay? Seriously. The ones that rock with us, that go to go-go's and stuff with us, we are cool with you. Not all, some. The ones that actually with us on this one, you allies are cool. We're talking about the ones that's like, oh my gosh, what are they hippity hopping. What is that beat? Beating your feet?
So,
No.
if you guys are not familiar with the situation, what basically happened is that the Metro PCS on 7th Street in downtown DC, they routinely play go-go music throughout the day or, whenever they feel like it. But, of course, with the new neighbors that are moving into the area, they've started to...
The neighbors.
they've started to complain, make noise complaints. Even though the people who run the store have kept the levels of music within national ordinances.
And they
For the last
been ticketed for anything.
Exactly.
For the last 25 years.
There you go. So
25
it's like
years.
new people move in and they change things. But it's just the effects of gentrification and also them trying to impose their will on people. It's
not gonna
crazy. There was a statement made by the owner of what is it, T-Mobile?
T-Mobile,
T-Mobile
yes,
owns
the
these
CEO.
The
MSOs.
CEO. He's out. He's came out in full support of us. Also, you want to talk about the petty party that we had due to
yeah.
that? That was
Petty party.
That was
amazing.
definitely.
That is straight
When
out
we
of my
petty,
book of petty.
when we petty, we get petty.
I
Extra.
think DC is like one of the founding fathers of like pettiness. Like if you just think about how many petty people you know,
Yeah.
95% of them are from like the area. Sorry.
I'm hella petty. I don't care. So, but it was very amazing to see people come together. Although I do feel like a lot of people just showed up, jump on the bandwagon.
But
This is true, too.
the petty party basically was everybody was complaining about the music being loud, so they actually bought a live band out there. They actually bought the whole city out
Yep.
to just dance and beat their feet, to have a damn good time, and saying you're not gonna shut us up. And basically, if I'm not mistaken, they got the ruling to say that there was nothing wrong with it. And they even cutting it off at like
They
8 o'clock.
threatened to sue. That was
They
why
tried to
stopped it.
sue,
Yeah.
but I mean, at the same time, they had it within the time frames of when they could have the music playing. And I mean, you have guys who actually were on that's been in the city working during those hot summers, those cold winters, who needed that to get through with their day. And now you have these people who just coming out like, oh no, we're not doing this. No, this is a staple in the city. You're not just gonna, because you moving here, that you could just move everything out. It's the heritage of the city. I don't care if you're from West Bumblefuck or wherever, you come down to DC, this is the music that it generates. Is not just, what's the name, mayonnaise flavored music. You're not gonna have Taylor Swift just blasting and everything.
True.
We're gonna have mumbo songs. We're gonna have what's the name, Chuck Brown. We're gonna have Backyard Band. You're gonna have all those bands coming out playing.
But do you think that it's you? So my question to everyone and everybody there as well is that, do you think we should still be fighting for DC? Like, it's not the same. Shouldn't we just let it go? They're going to keep raising prices. There's not much and I don't think there's much we can do to stop that.
It's the chocolate city. What you
It's
mean?
not.
We
It's
stop
not the chocolate
fighting?
city anymore.
But my
Margaret.
whole
There's
thing
still
is
hold on.
that
Let me finish my thought.
All right.
Gentrification has drastically changed the outlook of the city. Majority of us have already moved out to Maryland, PG County, whatever
Some
happened.
of that was
Waldorf.
by
Waldorf.
force.
Yeah.
Waldorf is black as I don't know what now. But and some of it is by force. It's unfortunate. I'm not saying it's a good thing that happened. But should we fight for that? Should we fight to try to get back into the city and do all? Should we just say no?
Hell
we
yeah.
build
I mean,
it somewhere?
Yes, we should
Yes,
fight
because
for
it's
it.
not
the
just.
chocolate city.
Good. I mean,
like my whole thing is that so much of our culture from the people from this area was born like in the actual district of Columbia.
Yeah.
So you can't just let that go because you don't live there anymore. A lot of us don't live in DC. However, a lot of people still claim DC, and that's up for debate. But the point
The
is
entire
that
graduating class of
The
2003 of
entire-
Frederick Douglass High School.
But the point is that you're influenced so heavily by the culture. So why would you just let that just go?
I'm non-combative in all honesty. I don't want to see things escalate where it doesn't need to go. But if you have an opinion about that and you want to come in and give us a chime in, give us a call. Do you know what the number is? 443-371. 3155. I ain't mess up this week. All right, I did it right. And I ain't even had no cue card or nothing.
Yeah.
I had the joke memorized.
but as far as my
Sounds so
my
much
views on
worse,
what you
right?
just said, my view is this: I think we should fight for it. I mean, this is ours. I mean, yeah. I mean, you may move out the city, but I mean, at the same time, White people can have their thing, and we still have our part. That's our city. I mean,
Yeah.
you're not the only one still living in D.C. White folks. You're not. This is what this is where the music was bred and born. I mean, whenever you see what's the name, New York with their hip hop, you have the Bronx and Brooklyn going back. I'm sorry, the Bronx and Queens going back and forth. Mm-hmm. We started hip hop. No, we started hip hop. But at the same time, even though hip hop ain't what it is like it was back then, there's still it's still hip hop in what's the name, Queens or Bronx. So I mean, it's you got to keep it to where it is. This is what it was bred and born. Okay. Go music will forever be born from here.
Okay, and I just wanted, I had to bring up the contrary thought process to it because I want to make sure we do have that dialogue. Because some people, I personally,
you gotta play devil's advocate.
I'm sorry.
You gotta play.
Yeah, I gotta play devil's advocate. I personally think that there is still some truth to it, and that those who were born and raised there, like myself, there's still a lot of love and a lot of history there that we have to hold on to. But at the same time, you got to look at the coin on the other side. So, but if you do want to chime in on that, you can definitely give us a call about that.
You want to read the comments what we got so far?
Oh yeah.
We got a few.
Okay. Lilu said, "My opinion is shut up." Okay, I have to scroll up and see what that is. And then I have to.
No, just.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. My bad. Cam says fight for. Chrissy Gabrielle says very true. And then Lilo says, my opinion is shut up. Okay, all right. It's a talk show, so I kind of got to keep talking.
Yeah.
And, Mom said, DC is our home and our culture, even in PG County.
Yes.
And the off-camera guy took it off the screen for a second, so I'm trying to stay professional.
Well,
Yeah.
Gabby said, huh?
No, Lilu said shut up, not you, Gabby.
Okay.
So, yeah. But now, phone lines are closed. So the next thing...
the number again?
Are they open? They're open?
No, what's his name? They said, what's the name?
What's the number again?
Yeah. You want to say it again?
443-371. 3155.
We got to say that before she starts to hit us again.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You know, Miss...
OC.
She loves to hit us. Oh, by the way, shout out to my homeboy Mike Robinson. He just had his third child this week. The other day. She is, I believe, what's her weight? 6 pounds, 6 ounces, 20 inches, 19 inches long. Yeah. So congratulations. We have a call here.
All right. Somebody's gonna chew me a new one, I think. You are live on Blerds and Whiskey. This is your boy Trey Proper.
This your boy Big Herb.
Let us know how you think.
Hello, this is Gabrielle.
Hey, Gabby.
What's going on?
I'm calling from Georgia currently. We just got here.
Yeah, just came to Georgia.
That was on his way to Georgia.
So I wanted to chime in on the whole, the whole DC process because I really feel like it's important to, keep our roots there. Although I didn't grow up in DC, I feel as though I'm heavily influenced by DC culture. Maryland native. With mom being from DC and Trey and all of that. So DC culture is still embedded in me, and I don't want to grow up in the future and not be able to have my kids experience that. And I take pride in where I'm from, the DMV as a whole. So whenever I'm not in the DMV, I make sure I tell anybody who's asking it's a great place. Chocolate City, never felt like a minority. I really want to make it a positive thing, and I would like to keep it down.
You never felt like a minority. Have you been into walking downtown recently? Like, I feel like a minority walking around downtown DC. Now, if you go up northwest, you go up southeast, you might see something a little different. But when you in the city,
exactly.
When you
I saw a white dude walking down Southern Avenue the other day.
Oh
wow! So they out there too.
You looking real
place I've seen people
unfamiliar.
jogging. Like up on Sheridan Street, I've seen white people jogging, walking dogs and corgis and Yorkies and whatnot.
Yeah, that's.
Ain't seen a pit bull in sight. So. But we definitely. I do agree with what you're saying, Gabrielle. I think that it's important that we do keep the land in our hearts and also still fight for it. I just wanted to look at the other side of that coin. But thank you for calling in. All right, have a safe trip home.
No problem. I'm on my way. I'll see you guys later.
See you, Gab.
See you.
Bye, Gab.
So
That was the first promo.
Yeah, I'm going to the. You want to finish up the conversation? Are we at the 10?
I think that's it. That was it. So
All
we're
right.
to your promo.
Yeah, so we're going to get into the first promo. I understand that these two are former Frederick Douglass alums. Yeah, so mine is on my fellow Sarasville alum. It's my homeboy.
They never beat us though.
I don't care.
They never
I
beat
really
us,
don't
though.
care. I don't
I
care.
got a special story for that too.
No, we're not going to talk about it. All right, get to it. This is going up talking about my homeboy Antoine Lee. He has his own business called what's the name? Pro Cakes. Located inside the shops at Iverson, Pro Cakes is hands down the best pastry shop. And okay, we have a call in the middle of our.
That's Chrissy's mom. Go ahead and answer that.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
This is Blerds and Whiskey. This is your boy Trey Problem.
This is your boy Big Herb.
Tell them what you think.
Hello, this is Aunt Pam.
Hey, I'm
Hey,
Pam.
I'm fam.
How are you today?
I'm doing
Fine,
fine
man.
about yourself.
Good. What you mean, let it go?
Like I said, and I was trying to qualify this, I'm looking at both sides of the coin. A lot of
There is no both sides, love.
that,
You move to the city, you have to deal with the city brings.
true.
Yes?
I knew this was gonna
Okay.
happen last time I talked about this.
So, yes, it has been gentrified.
Yes,
But when we move to the suburbs, we have to adapt to the suburbs.
I agree.
When you move to D.C., you need to adapt to D.C.
That part.
7th Street is now a nightlife. They party all night long. It didn't used to be that way until up to 98 when they bought the Verizon Center, MGI Center, now the Capital One there.
Mhm.
So anything up and down 7th Street, you're going to get part of the culture of D.C.
True.
True.
And I'm not saying that that's not true. I'm not saying I don't agree with that. All I'm saying, the other side of the coin will be from the perspective of someone who's like, I just don't want to deal with the city anymore. I just would rather move
Then move out.
myself. Exactly. They would rather move themselves. And I'm not saying that's me.
Mm.
I'm just saying the other side of the coin would be somebody who wants to leave the city behind and take their knowledge about it and never go back. They just feel like it's nothing there for me. And they still keep the same values and ways of thinking, but they just stay in Virginia, for example.
And it's just
Or they
also
move out to West Virginia. Whoever knows wherever they go, but they're just like, nah, I'm just not going to be worried about it.
yeah, and it's also just playing devil's advocate as well.
But that has what's happened. They moved us out, and they think because they moved us out that they moved out the culture of the city.
Mhm.
That's not true. There's still places in D.C. where, yes, it's still a hood.
True.
Even though they've changed Valley Green, now it's Berry Farms, Congress Heights, all those places have adapted because they have come into the city. Well, why do we have to adapt because they've come into the city?
Exactly.
Enough is enough. And someone told me to rep my go-go. I got to go home and find my go-go CDs because I will be repping my go-go.
Good job. Good job. Well, thank you, Aunt Pam. We appreciate the call.
Hold on one second.
Okay.
Hold on. Hello?
Hello.
That's not Teresa. Hi, it's Chrissy.
Hi, Christmas.
Hey, Christy.
Hi, Chris.
She comes to
Hello,
be. She
people.
came to
How
beat
are
us.
you?
How you doing?
I'm good. You know I'm about to give you the business.
How am I getting the business?
Yeah, you brought it. You
I mean,
you wanted to play devil's advocate.
You kind of.
Yeah,
You
man.
know I'm about to give you the business.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with the problem with that is that there have been too many African Americans who've been so easily pushed over and said, yeah, take our space, take everything that we've ever worked for, and have it for yourself. The reason why gentrification is coming so bad in D.C., and this was somebody who grew up in Southeast D.C. and watched them come in and try to take all of the homes all the black people owned on Benner Road. Some of they're going to change the name to Capitol Hill and extend Capitol Hill all the way up to Southern Avenue. I watched them do it. So, where are we supposed to have our spaces? They keep pushing us into PG County. PG County is now overflowing. They push us into other counties who don't want it. They done pushed us all the way up to Baltimore when Tony Williams was mayor, told them people he was going to redo their homes, their project, and then knocked everything down and made it so they couldn't afford to get back in there, put them on a charter bus and shipped them up to Baltimore. So they couldn't even come back home. So where are we supposed to go? And what are we supposed to do? And if we're going to continue to let them come in and take all our spaces, we won't have anything.
This is what happens when you play devil's advocate.
It did. I kind of expected this to happen. So, Christmas, we got to get to this promo. So so that our EP doesn't want to cuss us out further. So
Yeah, because I mean, he's already taken a tongue lashing from one of the EPs. We don't want it from another one.
Exactly. So we appreciate your call. Thank you for calling in.
Uh-huh.
And we'll talk about this later.
Okay.
Do not disturb.
Okay, yeah, please, because that was
don't
kind of
know.
awkward.
That's co-EP.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a co-EP.
Are we all?
do the thing with the thing and the thing. I gotta get better with this.
You start
Do
reading.
not disturb.
Do not disturb. Yes, because that was kind of awkward.
Yes.
Cutting
No,
off
but
our.
it was well deserved.
No, it was well deserved. It's
But
definitely-
again,
we have to do it for the culture. It's not his.
Spitting 100% facts, and
Yeah,
I
I
wanted
agree.
to go in that way, but I was trying to like tame it. But you know,
I mean, and we want you to have that interaction.
We want you to have be able to talk, but at the same time, we also have to look at both sides of it. Not saying that we agree with it.
That's my point.
And I get what you're saying, Trey.
Thank you.
all right,
But
come on.
you got to go ahead and show both sides. Now back onto this promo right here. So yeah, let's get down to it. Located inside the shops at Iverson Mall, Pro Cakes is hands down the best pastry shop in the DMV. Established in 2012, top chef Antoine Lee and his big sis Erica Lee have put together a gem in the pastry world. There's a reason why they call Antoine the DMV cake man. Simply put, the guy got skills in the kitchen. He's been a finalist on the hit show Cake Wars. It's been when Fox 5 celebrated Wendy Williams' 10-year anniversary on TV. He came and made a cake for her, and it was presented on Fox 5 Morning News. He's also presented cupcakes to WPGC Joe Claire Mona show. He's also done cakes for sports figures like John Wall, Chris Baker, excuse me, and former Redskin wideout Deshaun Jackson. Other things that he's did as far as was make cakes for the New York. He made a trip to New York and went on to the nationally syndicated radio show, The Breakfast Club. Needless to say, the boy got skills. In most bakeries, I know you always go and see that, hey, the cake looks good, but it doesn't really taste as great as it looks, or vice versa. In this one, you got A1 products that look and taste great. And be sure to go in every Monday for their deal for half off a dozen cupcakes. And that's for $10. You can go check them out on IG at pro_cakes. Check them. Call in for a product for 301-423-2483. Be sure to ask for Antoine or Erica. So that is the promo for the week.
All right. Okay. So we are about to get into a couple of review things. Did you guys get a chance to see Shazam yet?
I haven't.
Okay.
I heard reviews about it. I heard it's basically a kiddie version of Superman. Also, our friend Gary Peoples, the stunt guy that we told you about a couple weeks ago, he said this hands down was the best DC comic movie since Man of Steel. If you don't agree with him, fight him.
You don't want to fight.
His
You
words,
don't want to fight
not
Why are you
mine.
trying to get people to fight Gary?
That's
Like,
that's what Gary said.
Have
He
you
said,
seen Gary?
I'm gonna tell you this.
I'm
The
not
urban
fucked,
legends that
but
I have about him
He's like
that
a
are
12th
true.
degree black belt.
Yeah,
You're not fighting
you
Gary.
don't want to do that. Those are his words, not mine. They never play devil's advocate. Trey would never play devil's advocate.
I'm going to continue to play devil's advocate because we have to get a
and
disagreement.
I got a whole nother bottle. Your mom said save her some wine.
Oh, because
So
we just keep
you
pouring
in there,
wine.
we good.
Yeah, you good.
By the way, me and Trey also have another ones. We're gonna save this for the. We're waiting for later on. I mean, I'm sorry, but I just have to.
Screw it. We're already in it. So, you know we're going to do... this is the Game of Thrones show.
Yes.
Of course, in case you guys didn't know, in the first half of the show, we talk about everything else. In the second half of the show, we get into the nitty-gritty about what we're really talking about.
Yes.
So, thanks to our lovely guest host, Amor. She actually provided us with our own Game of Thrones drinks to go along with the event tonight. Because we're going to sit down, we're going to watch this show, we're going to revel in it, and probably be quite intoxicated.
Yeah.
It's,
It's snowing.
so, yeah.
Winter has come.
Shout out to off-camera guy with these graphics. Boy, I
OCG in
tell
the
you.
building.
He's doing a damn thing. So I've got the King of the North, and it is a barrel-aged imperial stout. I can't wait to try it. What you got?
I have Game of Thrones for the throne.
We know it's Game of Thrones.
I'm reading what the title says, asshole.
For the Game of
It's a
Thrones.
good-
This whole show is Game
I'm
of
reading the
Thrones.
damn thing. Let me do.
What's the name of the video?
Silence. This is what got
Hey,
you in
Nick,
trouble
look.
last time.
What got me in trouble?
Didn't
Hey,
your
dude,
people
know
just
what?
went off?
Anyway, still can't see you.
They still can't see you, man.
Exactly.
All camera guys trying to show
Wanted
us
to
this.
show his glass phone.
Look, there it is.
Wait, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Oh, we're on a delay. Sorry. What's the name of the
But yeah,
damn beer,
as
man?
for the throne, it's the Golden Ale fermented with Pinot Grigio and grape juice.
So it's basically a sparkling cider wine.
Yeah.
Sounds
Beer.
interesting.
Sorry. Sparkling cider beer, not wine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good? Can I talk now?
Go ahead.
Oh, all right.
Go
Fuck
ahead.
it. Anyway. But yeah, so besides that, there's also an announcement. Not announcement, but apparently Hellboy sucks. I haven't seen that yet. That's what I'm gonna go see next. But Shazam was it was a fun little cartoonish comic book ride. It's worth taking your kids to. It is PG-13, so it's a little graphic. It's actually directed by a New Line Cinema horror film director. So there are shades of horror in it because it's dealing with magic and whatever have you. I'm not going to tell anything as far as the plot, but definitely it's worth taking your kids to go see it. They about 11, 12, they can handle it.
Well, since it's spring break, I'm definitely gonna see it this week.
Oh yeah, and then of course we had the bullshit with Nipsey Hussle and Kodak Blitch.
Blitch, yeah.
Still talking shit, and like
This fuck face.
like it's just proof that no
Peekanini
matter what you
motherfucker.
do, it's always gonna be some hating ass Bama that's waiting for you to fall so you can take over the shit that you want. Not saying he can, but I'm just gonna go past
You
that.
want to get into it, man?
Do you accept his apology?
Fuck no.
I don't either, because that was some bullshit. Like he straight
the guy hasn't even been buried yet, and you sitting there talking about like, yeah, I give her a body. Talking about Nipsey Hussle's lady, Lauren London.
But you know what? We're giving them too much time. The funeral was beautiful.
Absolutely.
And I was at work, and I was talking about him crying earlier. I cry all the time. But I had to turn it off at work because when his sons I think it's Lil Wayne's son, but still his sons, when they got him on stage starts, I had to turn it off because I was at work and I'm not gonna be crying talking to customers. So, but from what I could see in Lauren London's speech, she was very powerful, very confident about everything, and it was a very beautiful thing. What do you guys think about that?
I thoroughly enjoyed every single thing, other than the one thing I heard about the funeral. I'll let you get to it.
Yeah, they was I'm sure y'all heard that they was selling tickets.
That's what I was gonna get
on
into.
like eBay and Craigslist up to like $500. They was
The
shutting.
funeral, yeah. The
they
funeral
was
was
shutting them
free,
down,
by the way.
But yeah, they was trying to scalp tickets, which I think is horrible. Like
It is.
his legacy, like. But obviously, the people who was buying tickets couldn't have been like Nipsey Hussle fans, like because you didn't even have enough respect for this man's like funeral to be like, oh, let me figure out how I can make some coins off of it real quick.
That's the American way. I'm not saying it's right. Not
saying it's right.
I'm not saying it's right, but that's the American way. People, if they found a way to make money off of something, they're going to try to make money off of it.
But not somebody's funeral, though.
They will do it. They do it all the time.
But what I'm saying is that you got to have enough respect and decency for people.
If you're going to say that that's the American way, then you at least need to acknowledge that the American way is fucked up.
Yeah,
it is.
That's what I'm saying. It is. Yeah. I agree with that. I'm not saying I would try to sell Nipsey Hussle funeral tickets. I'm just saying that people will do that. Humans are nice. People are fucked up.
You're saying you're not surprised.
I'm not surprised. Like it's not a surprise to me. Like I'm surprised they didn't fucking keep doing it.
And the whole city of LA and like celebrities and people who are close to Nipsey were like in a complete uproar like about it, and rightfully so, because like that's just something that you don't do. The family was nice enough to give out free tickets at the Staples Center. Like think about how big the Staples Center is. Like
just to tag on, I'm gonna cut you off. There's only been 2 funerals at the Staples Center: Michael Jackson and Nipsey Hussle. So that should tell you alone how big this thing was. And I mean, not just because, and it had nothing to do with his record sales or anything. Fuck the record sales. We're talking about a person who had this much of an impact on his community. I like his music. Do I think it's the greatest? No. But I love the person that he is. The person that he is was doing so much for his community, which means way more than your music will ever be. And that lasting mark that you left on your whole entire community is going to mean more in the end. Like, oh, Nipsey did this for our community. He brought he tried to make his own version of what's the name? The black what's the name? The computer area up in California.
Silicon
He tried to make his own Black Silicon Valley. He tried Silicon Valley.
Is it? Oh, okay.
Silicon Valley. He bought his own. He bought the whole entire block of his department of his store, so he could bring more money into the community when it was gentrifying. So I mean, you see what the impact that he has on the community, that made everybody tens of thousands of people to show up for a free funeral, and then people trying to capitalize off of money for it. It's fucked up. People are fucked up, and I mean, and to back up my co-host on it, he's right. Yeah. It's not. I'm not surprised because this is the American way. The American way is fucked up, and it's the world that we live in.
So
do we accept it? No. I would never accept it.
You're saying they also selling bootleg Nipsey gear. I'm not surprised at that. Do the same thing for anybody popular dies to do that. Trey got really off camera is in the comments talking trash about me getting shoot. I'm never playing devil's advocate with y'all again.
No, keep that same energy, Trey. Keep that same energy.
I feel attacked.
Keep that same energy, man.
I'm sitting up there chuckling.
I'm not chuckling.
I was answering Darren. Yeah, he said, "What else did I miss?" I said,
"It was
tune in on time." So yeah,
that's all that matters.
Exactly. You did. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate that. Josh said as well as they caught an LAPD cop talking shit about his dad and the way he looked during the funeral. Whoa. Yeah, if you have that video, please share it at the Blerds and Whiskey so we can see that, so everybody can see that. Yeah. Anybody, and we do appreciate anybody who chimes in the comments. But if you have something that you want to contribute to any conversation that we've ever had, you can always go to that video and you can share that link to the video, or you can share it to the regular page and let us know so we can continue the conversations, because we would love to continue to talk about things that have already happened and just keep the discussion going.
Cam said Trey is triggered.
And Darren said he got church, so he was, getting it for the Lord. You can't be mad at somebody.
You can't be. Cuzzo, Shay.
Hi, Shay.
Yeah, we talking about the Nipsey Hussle funeral and how fucked up it was. People selling tickets to a free funeral. But going on to the next thing, what we got next?
Ryan Shazier.
Oh yes, Ryan Shazier. The unfortunate event is Shazier. Ryan, he used to play. He still is under contract for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Currently, this week, actually a few years ago, he was in a tragic tackle that he made playing the Cincinnati Bengals, and it left him paralyzed from the waist down. It was the waist down. Yeah. And then for a long time, he wasn't able to walk, and fortunately, by the grace of God, he's able to walk again. Not only is he able to walk again, but this dude has made so much strides. He's box jumping now.
Yeah,
that's
that was amazing. My fat ass is sitting there trying to lose weight, and he's out here box jumping, and he's paralyzed.
Speaking of which, we forgot to mention.
Oh, DDP Yoga.
There you go.
Yes, we're gonna get into that later on into the hangover session. Because I got a full story about that, and I want to get into it, but we're definitely gonna talk about that.
Okay.
So
some more things coming down the road. So now we can officially get into the Game of Thrones. We've already talked about the drinks, but this wine is actually pretty. What's the name of that wine again?
It's a red blend wine.
No, but that one says Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones red wine. But it's a red blend.
That's really good.
You can get this at Total Wine.
There's one in
They're
Laurel,
completely sold out right now, but they will be back in stock in May. I don't know why they didn't think
that it was going to be as popular
as it was.
The whiskey. I wanted the whiskey. The Johnny Walker White.
Johnny
Oh my God! I can't wait to get my hands on that.
We are going to get that. It just has to be back in stock.
Yeah, they keep selling out.
Yeah.
So, but I can't wait to try that. I think we have, so, all right, the show. I keep getting lost. The show is coming on tonight. What do you guys, first off, what's your favorite scene from Game of Thrones?
I'm going to let y'all go first.
Ladies
first.
Because it's so much.
Off camera guy.
Well, number one, I just want to thank Trey. I don't do this often, so I'm gonna thank Trey for putting me on. Because I was like, I'm not watching it. And then I think it was the season finale, season 5. And you had, this is when we was living together. It's not like that.
They weren't.
They
wasn't fucking.
In the whole world, it wasn't like that. But anyway, this is when we was living together and you had like a Game of Thrones.
It's called
party.
roommates. Anyway, we had a Game of Thrones party.
And we was watching it and Arya like ripped her face off and started stabbing old boy, and I was like, what? What am I watching?
So when she
from that day forward, like I was a Game of Thrones like,
Team
fan.
Arya.
And I binged watch all 5 seasons in like a month. And then I was like, Trey, when is it coming back? And you was like, that was the season finale. And I was like,
yeah, you was feeling like Pookie.
I need the books.
I need the books.
I
need the
so
show.
Hurt.
When is the show coming back on?
So yeah, I'm a book fan as well as a
and I've started
show
reading
fan.
those too.
Yeah.
So
I haven't gotten
Thanks,
to
Trey.
reading it yet, but I definitely am watching
Audiobooks,
the show.
man. Audiobooks.
Yeah, I just haven't gotten to it yet, and it is gonna get got to.
It's
Yeah,
amazing.
it really is.
Granted, George R.R. is just basically yanking everybody along.
Yeah.
Because he has not written this
He
final
really
effing
needs
book
to hurry
yet.
Yeah,
up.
So
and people literally are sitting outside like Pookie, like, when we gonna get the next hit, bro?
I've been acting like a Game of Thrones crackhead for the last couple months.
Really
In case y'all haven't noticed. So
My,
that would be your
That's
favorite. That would be your favorite.
I would have to
favorite
say
scene?
that's probably my favorite because it was my first.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with that.
All right.
I'm gonna go with my very favorite part is when that bitch made motherfucker Joffrey sipped on that shit and croaked the slow and painful death. That shit was the inclination of joy and happiness for me. Cause yeah, I know I fucked up the word, but it brought me so much happy and so much joy. I literally was like Ren and Stimpy, happy, joy, when that bastard just got killed. And I mean, and it was a slow and painful and joyful death. I hate that motherfucker.
Yeah, it's always funny to me, and I'm not judging you for your choice, but it's always funny to me that people were like celebrating the death of a child.
No, when you called
He was a child still, but like
he
it's
knew what
so
he was doing.
It was so bad.
He knew what he was doing.
People hated his character so bad that he stopped acting altogether. Like the guy who played
Oh,
Joffrey,
his thing.
Because people
he
hate
actually
him.
people hate him.
Yeah.
No, his thing. He
So,
actually did.
He
His
does have,
thing.
I mean, for a kid, really punchable face.
Yeah, he did.
He does. He does.
Like, it made me
second.
want to find his dad and like punch him.
Oh, a second.
Out of principle.
I was like, that made me. And here's the thing. I don't want to. The guy who's actually playing Joffrey, I don't want to discourage him, dude. If you got a person that you literally hate that much, you're doing your job.
Yeah.
That's a great job. I mean,
Yes.
I can separate myself from. I'm not one of those psychopaths who can't put themselves away from the show. You did an excellent job, dude. The fact that I just want to punch you in the face because you're Joffrey has nothing to do with the fact that who you are as a person. Yes, you are a child, but when you decided to cut off Sir Stark's head in the first season, and I just got attached to him.
Lord Stark.
Yeah, Lord
Sir
Stark.
Stark.
I'm sorry, Lord Stark. Yes, you got to fucking die, slow and painfully,
So
and I
it's-
enjoyed it. It was.
The Purple Wedding was awesome. Yes, I will admit. For me, off-camera guy, you have a favorite moment of the series?
Oh, jeez, I couldn't tell.
Oh, you said the purple
at
one?
the moment.
That's what it's called, Purple Wedding.
I'm
Because
getting
he turns
confused.
purple.
That's what they call it?
Yeah.
Don't have one?
I don't think I have one.
Okay, so my favorite moment is during the last season of the entire season when they finally get up to the Queen of Thorns, the old lady.
Oh, Olenna.
And what is his name? Golden Hand. Damn it.
Jamie.
Jamie Lannister.
Walks in and he starts talking to her and he's like, "Yeah, we're gonna kill you. You know, she wants to run you through the streets, blah blah blah. But I'd rather give you the poison." She says, "Is it gonna hurt?" He's like, "No, it's gonna be painless." Cool. I killed Joffrey. Tell that bitch I did it.
She said,
Like I'm abbreviating, but when she looks him dead in the eyes, she's like, "I want Cersei to know it was me."
Yeah. I love that part.
That shit was epic.
My
I wanted
favorite
to
might
be
still be
Olenna
the
that
Golden
day.
Crown.
The Golden.
Ah,
Yes.
yes.
That's Backdoor Season 1. Aquaman, Khal Drogo.
Yes.
Jason Momoa.
That would have been really.
So I'm sorry we didn't say this beforehand, but it's season 8. If you ain't caught up by now,
It's your own fault.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So
And you're
yeah.
not gonna get caught
Yeah.
up. By
And I've
that.
been nice. Herb actually shared a cram video. He overloaded us with it. I'm not going to go into detail,
Oh.
but he shared a cram video from YouTube that basically gives you everything you need to know on the show. So you could have caught up in a matter of a day and caught up all 7 seasons. So
And within like a real
spoilers.
talk, like in front of like a real live, maybe hour and a half, you could have been put on throughout the whole entire show.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's still
and I mean, no,
missing so much
here's the
detail.
thing, it is, and by the way, it is. So I mean, I don't want to discourage anybody from not watching the rest of the seasons. This is just if you are dire to get to now, that's what you can go ahead and look at. Now, we're not gonna get deep into that because we want you to pay attention to our shit on YouTube. But yes, the Golden Crown, amazing.
Crown for cocky.
Yeah.
It was
I
think
enjoyed
when-
that.
Your
when
wife
Arya
said she stopped
killed
watching when
everybody.
Jason died, so
Yeah.
we're
Yeah,
no longer friends.
That's
Yeah.
not true.
I think
Not
when
yours.
Arya
No,
killed
no,
the
I'm talking about
entire
my
House
wife.
Frey
My
was
wife
pretty
said-
tight,
That
too.
was pretty cool too. When she murdered the entire House of Frey, that was great.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah,
she
that
was
was
so
awesome.
calm about it. And she was just
Hold
like,
on, don't drink that. Let them drink.
I would let them- exactly. So as we close out on this, and
own
we get
children.
as we close out on this, we prepare for the last show. One of the polls was, who do you guys vote for? Who's going to be the final queen on the throne? I personally think it's going to come. That's why I made the poll. It's going to come down to Cersei and Daenerys. Who do you guys think? I was literally the only person to choose Cersei, and I'm going to explain why. Because Cersei has survived this entire time. There's been multiple times she should have died. What's up?
Do your promo first.
Oh yeah. So gotta do my
And
promo.
then wrap it up with Cersei.
Yes.
Yeah. Fuck Cersei.
I think neither one of them.
So
FYI.
total
I don't
total
know.
transition of mood and everything. How do you guys feel about funnel cakes?
I love funnel cakes.
I love them. I love them. I'm not laughing at funnel cakes. Just the whole mood switch. I have to go from thinking about somebody killing somebody to funnel cakes. So Funnel Fare specializes in providing delicious and fair desserts like funnel cakes and fried candies. We pride ourselves on providing hot and fresh funnel cakes with a huge selection of toppings in addition to the standard powdered sugar and cinnamon sugar. Our toppings including a variety such as like strawberry, apple, and cherry. Also look forward to our Oreo, Snickers, and Milky Ways. And Twinkies. Oh, they do Twinkies. Oh, I can't finish this promo. Now I'm hungry. Now I want Twinkies that are deep fried. I need to go. Okay. Additional toppings can be added as well.
Control yourself.
We also provide fresh squeezed lemonade. Oh, hand dipped ice cream and Italian ice. Why would you give me this promo? I'm a fat guy. I need this in my life. We are at the Smithsonian National Zoo in Washington D.C. daily, and it's actually a food truck. They're I'm sorry, I'm totally distracted. And on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, we're out on Route 3 in the food truck park location at 704 Maryland, Route 3 in Gambrills, Maryland. And yeah, so I wasn't.
drooling.
I am not drooling. Get out of here. Yo, they got fried Pop-Tarts.
They got deep fried
Pop-Tarts. Pop-Tarts. You got two fat dudes on the show. But yeah, definitely, I'm not drooling. Am I drooling?
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
so back to what I was saying. Definitely check out those funnel cakes. I'm probably gonna make a stop over there when we finish this. But the reason why I chose Cersei is because she has been the most cunning, the most cutthroat, and the most willing to do what it takes to survive. Daenerys, she has been relying on a lot of people, where Cersei has been a true independent woman. So she's been doing it on her own, really. Like, she's manipulated people to do things for her. I ain't saying she killed people on her own, but she orchestrated it. She's definitely come into her father's shoes. She's filled in, and she's the true Lannister of the family, because Jaime is about to go up north. So
That's if you believe that Tywin Lannister is actually her father, but we'll talk about that on the.
oh yeah, we can.
the
Yeah,
hangover.
see, that's the deep dive right
We'll
there.
talk about
Okay,
that.
all right, okay, yeah, no, but that's really her father, because we'll talk about that. Anyway, the next thing.
I'm sorry.
that
I'm
wanna
sorry. I gotta
ask-
read the comment. Cam said that by funnel case.
Right.
Yo, them funnel cakes.
No, not the funnel cake,
Yo,
deep fried Twinkies.
Deep fried Twinkies and deep fried Pop-Tarts.
That's just like low calories. Just,
It is.
it's just
I'd only
artery.
have one. I wouldn't overdo it. So overall, as we close out, who's your guys' favorite character of the entire series?
Mine's is between Arya and Tyrion.
Stormin, man. Stormin, he's just so fun.
I don't give a fuck about who's fine or what's not. Them motherfuckers might be dead by the end of the damn episode.
He might be dead
He's
now.
so gangster. He's not dead right
He
now.
was on the wall when the dragon blew it down.
No, he was also in the
Promo.
We about to find out when 8 o'clock tonight.
8 o'clock,
we about to
come
find
on.
out.
Doesn't
Be sure to
matter.
tune in.
Tormund
My-
is bang.
My 3 favorites, all deceased, in no particular order: Drogo, Oberyn, and Ramsay.
Of course.
Would choose Ramsay.
Of course.
You would choose Ramsay.
Motherfucker, right?
But you know what? Ramsay did a good job because he made me hate him more than I hated Joffrey. So yeah, my favorite of all time is Bronn. He makes the show. He looks you dead in your face when Jamie went to go kill the dragon and got knocked off by Bronn and saved. He said the dragon doesn't get to kill you. Some little bitch doesn't get to kill you. I get to kill you if I don't get my fucking money.
How do we feel about Bronn also being the last reign?
The last ring.
Not reign. What was it? The Reigns of Castamere. What was their last name? The house that they killed.
He wasn't not Martell.
He was
No.
not a lord of somebody's house.
I think he's a secret lord. I really do. We'll talk about
He was
that.
a sellsword. He was a sellsword.
No.
But
I just want to make one quick prediction.
Rick says the Hound. I thought
Yeah,
you-
the Hound. Yes, definitely the Hound.
Dude,
Honestly,
I like the way he says cunt. Sorry, Mom, but they say it in the show.
yeah.
I still don't feel
Says
right.
it
You know what?
all
I want to break something down real quick.
gangster.
The fact that black people don't say cunt enough. We say bitch and everything, but we don't say cunt
I know
enough.
some people who say it a lot.
Yeah. So, but going down to because that says we need to hurry the fuck up. Yeah. I want to say my quick predictions. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't think either of them are gonna survive. To be honest with you, talking about Cersei and Daenerys, I think somehow they might get killed. Also, I think I wouldn't be surprised if the White Walkers are off by season, not season, episode 3 or 4. And the only reason why I'm saying it is because what is the name of the title of the show? Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
We're going for the throne. So this can be this whole entire thing could be finished before we get to the actual end of the show. I mean, we could be
That's
fighting
fair.
for the throne.
That's
So I
fair.
mean, it's
Yeah, but if you're looking for a happy ending, you.
oh no, I never said it's gonna be a happy ending.
I have.
I
a theory
never
it's
said
not
it's going to be a happy ending.
I don't think it's going to be happy at all.
I think. I
But
mean,
guys, we got to close out
Yeah.
because it's time to roll. But
yeah. Philip,
is there any more left?
Yeah.
Plenty left. Yeah.
That is-
So
that
she
is
still has a
amazing.
full cup.
It's kind of
Yeah.
tough.
So
That's
I'm
amazing.
definitely getting a case of this.
Yeah, because
it's actually really
I
pretty
need some of
good.
this for my house. 'Cause that's
It's
great.
$17.99
Oh,
by
yeah.
the way.
$17.99
Anybody that want to know?
for this delicious.
I'm not a little
beverage.
kid, you know. I could drink a full glass. You know that, right?
Well, look, we got time sensitive.
I know. I don't care. I'm sorry. All right, but yeah,
Your toast.
as we always finish off the show, we're gonna go up, raise your glasses, up to it, down to it. Fuck those who don't do it. We do it because we used to it. Drink, motherfucker, drink.
Drink.
Cheers.